Going straight in, y'all. Happy Blessed Monday, you all. Come on in, come on in. Welcome to the Brian Bridges Show. Welcome to the Brian Bridges Show, hosted by God First Christ Gang Media News. Come on in for a brief moment, man. Got a very crazy story for you all out of Miami, Florida, you all, where the NBA Finals Game 3 was held. Denver and Miami Heat, you all. Now, mind you, the great Kevin Garnett, who phrased in 2008, anything is possible. Anything is possible. The great 15-time NBA All-Star, Mr. Kevin Garnett, you all. Congratulations to Mr. Kevin Garnett. He, man, put it down on that NBA court, you all. One of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. Now, mind you, him and Paul Pierce was members of the Big Three, you all. I said it, the great Paul Pierce, one of the top 5, top 50 greatest basketball players possibly of all times. I'm pretty sure he's in the top 75, you all. Paul Pierce, not only was he a co-champion of the great Kevin Garnett, he was also a teammate and a longtime friend, you all. Like I said, man, two of the greatest dudes to ever touch the court. Big shout out to Kevin Garnett and all the people in Boston, man. Again, they won this Big Three championship in 2008, you all. Now, mind you, Paul Pierce is a 10-time NBA All-Star, man. One of the greatest three-point players around. One of the only dudes that can actually defend Kobe Bryant, the great Mamba, you all. Like I said, man, one of the greatest duos, trios, or might I say, of all time, the Big Three, man. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen, you all. Again, this is one of the greatest teams to ever play basketball, man. They should have won back-to-back championships, no doubt, easily. They could have possibly three-peated. Man, this team was so good, stacked with talent, on and off the bench, you all. But here we have Kevin Garnett, who has been given a great opportunity with Showtime, you all. These fellas had taken on an actual gaming, sports gaming, where they can actually bet on these particular games, so forth and so on, of similarity to a DraftKings, you all. So now we have Showtime, who has sponsored the live stream that Kevin Garnett was actually invited to, you all, for Game 3 analyzation, you know, so they can actually tell the people what they actually think as the game progresses, as it unfolds. You know, y'all know what analysts do, but these guys could not have been more qualified as you would possibly need, you all. These dudes are overqualified. You not only were they great players, but they also have been great people, you all. Now, mind you, Showtime did invite Kevin Garnett. You know, he was the host of the show, and being a great friend and a great teammate, he decided to call Paul Pierce, you all. Now, this, had it gone successful, had Paul Pierce came in there with the right mind frame, man, he could have possibly delivered one of the greatest commentators. They could have been one, you know, just like Charles Barkley and everybody else, you know, just like Shaquille O'Neal, the Kenny halftime show, and all these great dudes, you know, because mind you, Paul Pierce had an ESPN job prior, you all, and was just not too long recently fired, maybe a year or two back, when he was actually at some type of party and live streamed it, you all, from his own personal platform. Now, mind you, these athletes, they are human beings, and that's first and foremost, that they are human beings. Now, most of these acts that they are doing, they are not illegal. But mind you, when you have so many kids watching you and so many different people, different platforms, especially when you are being sponsored by people like Disney World or the NBA or the NFL. You know, you have a Mars contract, a Mars clause where you can only behave in such a manner, you all. So again, this is beyond baffling to me how Paul Pierce would actually come to this live stream interview unbeknown and behave in such a manner as he did, man. This was not only embarrassing to KG, it was embarrassing to me and the rest of the fans who actually look up to this man. Now we have young players that have been mentioned lately, like Ja Morant, showing a pistol on live stream, this and that, and get suspended for so many games. Now we look back and to this same predicament when you have older players that young guys actually come in the league, actually looking up to, behaving in such a manner. For a man of a Paul Pierce statue, he should not have been behaving in such a manner as this. I think, in fact, it was a lot worse than the Ja Morant incident, you all, because again, Paul Pierce is a veteran player that actually knows better. He actually knows that he can't do and say certain things on TV or live stream and things of this nature, you all. Not only this, but again, it was a great opportunity for him to possibly get back into broadcasting or podcasting or being an analyst or whatever he had decided to do. But at this point, with this particular behavior, how he was on the phone, I mean, just flat out embarrassing, you all. I do have a news clip that I can share with you all and kind of read along, and a short clip, with some of the foolish actions that he had only done. He had came in talking about buying girls and things of this nature. Man, this ain't something that you do. Man, they are doing a lot of tricking out there, man. And I don't understand how or why these dudes pretty much do this, man. But Paul Pierce jumped on there talking about he got a 24-hour date from an app, where you can hire you a girlfriend for a date. Now I don't know where they do this at, man, but apparently there's apps out there like this where you can get you a girlfriend for one day and things of this nature. Again, you all, it was not my point to actually come up here and talk about where you could get a girlfriend there for 24 hours or just for a little time in the day. But it was to actually come on here and talk about the character of these older veteran players, especially again when you have a lot of young people, even myself, that has actually looked up to these type of men, you all, because they have done a lot, not only in the basketball world, but in the world of people. They have been good community leaders and things of this nature, you all. But again, this is just such a black eye for the young men that actually come up that have these older dudes to look to for encouragement or for leadership or for guidance and things of this nature, you all. So again, man, this was a flat out stupid one, you all. We all had this one drunk friend that come in and just ruin up everything, you all. And this was the type of manner that Paul Pierce had actually come into this day. I'm not sure if the man was even aware that they was actually on live stream. But as Kevin Garnett went on and on trying to show him, man, that we actually live right now, man. You can't do and say such a thing, man. He kept going on and on and on and further embarrassing himself, you all. Now, I'm not sure if Kevin Garnett's show is going to be canceled. I'm pretty sure that it should not be, you all. If anybody is out there watching, we should not ban Kevin Garnett show, you all. Again, Kevin Garnett, man, one of the great ones, you all. And again, I think maybe he should bring Ray Allen on the next time, or one of his other teammates, Rajon Rondo or somebody, that actually played on his team that can actually come in and with the right mind frame, might I say, you all, because again, this was one where he really dropped the ball, you all. So before I get off into this particular story, if you just not joining me for the first time, I usually read a brief article and then share a news clip with you all. Again, I was gonna come on and try to do this a little bit later on, where I could have actually came in and did a little editing for you all, but I'm not just the best savvy dude when it comes to editing. So man, this actual thing would have actually taken me a few hours to actually do. So I kind of want to come on and go straight into this particular story. But before I get off into this article, copyright disclaimer under Title 17, USC, Section 107. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit education and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. So again, we have a silly partner, homeboy, who actually come in. Again, these two are champions. These dudes are looked upon in the Black community as some pretty great individuals, you all. So again, this is what make this all so bad, because again, you all, Kevin Garnett, man, he done everything he was supposed to do, you all. Again, I'm not laughing at him, I'm just laughing at the situation he was actually in, you all, because I'm pretty sure that later on they both gonna look back at this and laugh so hard about this particular incident. But right now, it is not funny, you all. Again, nothing was funny about this, but again, I'm more than sure that as men and as friends, they will actually get past this situation, you all. But again, Paul Pierce, man, you dropped the ball, man. This no look pass was actually went straight in the locker room. It went straight. You missed KD with the no look, and kind of threw it off the man. It didn't hit nobody. It kind of hit one of the people in the stands, you all. So again, I'm gonna go straight off into this particular news article, you all, because again, this was not only, man, it just was a bad look on Paul Pierce's part, you all. So again, I'm going to kind of read this along with you all. So it said, Paul Pierce traps Kevin Garnett in a grim live stream, you all. So a grim means a very dark place, you all. Like I said, this was one that Kevin Garnett did everything he could do to actually kind of save things, to kind of try to not make himself look bad. Man, he almost done violated this man in so many ways, man, but it just, we have to blame it on the liquor. Like it was a song, blame it on this and blame it on that. Blame it on the alcohol, all that, you all. But let me go straight back off into the story. It says, has been previously documented that Grimm's men's evening that cost the Celtic legend Paul Pierce his ESPN gig was no fluke, you all. So again, they saying that the fact that he lost his ESPN job was not a fluke, you all. It was not just a bad coincidence. It's just the character of itself. Again, you can't do everything that everybody else can do, man. You're an actual role model at this time, So you can do all these same things, but you can't do this in the public, some of these things that these dudes are actually doing, that it should be done inside the privacy of their own homes, you all. Again, let me get back off into this. It said, this is not a man who has just occasionally stumbles into a brutal night of masculinity, revered by chance, you all. It said, but one who is deeply committed to a lifestyle. Paul Pierce does not find his way into grim men's evening. He inflict one upon whatever place he happens to be in, y'all. So again, wherever Paul Pierce go, the people are already saying it's gonna jump off, man. It's gonna be something that go down. And that's probably one of the reasons why Kevin Garnett, I'm sure his wife, girlfriend, slash wife, does not want them hanging around certain people, you all, because again, misery love company. You have to be around friends when you married that actually is married too, because they're gonna always encourage you to do the right thing, to go home, man. Go home to your man, go home to your woman, go home to your wife, man. You got a family at home, you need to get home. These are the type of things that married men and people that's in the committed relationship behave. They don't encourage their partners, the ones that's married, to stay out and hang and wait for the cows for girl. Woo, woo, woo. And in this incident, Paul is calling some renegade females. Like I said, man, this is a sad thing, man, that has actually happened to you all. And again, I do not understand it for the life of me. But it's saying that this is not a man who was just occasionally stumbles, you all. It said this dynamic was on display again Wednesday night when Paul Pierce spent over 2.5 hours on the ESPN final live stream with his old teammate, Kevin Garnett. Pierce and Garnett have both recently hooped on the sports gambling gravy train, you all. They have hopped on the sports gambling gravy train. And so in exchange for what is assuming is a great deal of money, they are now creating content for the sports gambling company. This job requires them to do things like sit in the Las Vegas sports book and watch game 3 of the finals while having their reactions live streamed on the internet, you all, so that other people can sit at home and watch them and watch the game. It's like a Manning cast, you all, except without the actual game board rights, broadcast rights, and therefore a huge waste of time. It said, but maybe not a total waste of time. Wednesday live stream, which ran for 2 hours and 30 minutes, did at least provide us with the most complete picture yet of what it is like to hang out with Paul Pierce for an extended period of time. Have you ever found yourself trapped on a couch with a delirious drunk friend who just yearning in your ear, whining in your ear while you are trying to watch the sports? I'm talking about one of those nights where you can't take your eyes off the TV. It said not because the game is so captivating, but because it's only the way to avoid engaging with the person next to you who won't stop leaning over and slurring things like, you gotta go up strong. That's what watching sports with Paul Pierce is like, except that he will also keep asking you if he should call some escorts, you all. So it said for the first 20 minutes or so of the live stream, Pierce was doing normal drunk guy stuff, not yet through the first of what would become many margaritas. He was most contributing to the broadcast by leaning over into Garnett's and mumbling things like, Jim is a Hall of Famer. Kyle is a Hall of Famer. Kyle Corey is Larry is a Hall of Famer, which left Kevin Garnett making a lot of faces like this one, you all. So again, oh man, so I was just looking at the little funny face he had made, you all. So let me get back to the news article. I'm gonna show you a few pictures of the things that had actually happened. It says things started to go off the rail just a few minutes later, up until the point eagle eye observing the live stream would have noticed that a woman was sitting particularly out of the frame of Paul Pierce. He said eventually Pierce introduced her to Garnett as Camille and then told everyone that they might through a website where you can hire girlfriends for a day, you all. So again, he was going on and on and on, man. One of them belligerent friends. It says as the game entered the second quarter, the attendance on the live stream shifted for a silent minute. Garnett struggled to share his analysis, you all, of the game over a sound of Pierce demanding that the camera zoom in on him so he could show everyone his jury. Pierce briefly took a break from this to worry about a bed placed in Miami before giving his phone call out his pocket and saying, let's call some girls up, you all. Y'all, let's call some work. At this point, the live stream abruptly went off for a few minutes, you all. So again, he trying to call up some work, trying to call these different girls at one of these particular places, you all. And so these people had to go on a brief commercial break and things of this nature. Man, this was not something that was very professional at all. It said that when the live stream eventually came back on, Garnett continued to watch the game while Pierce, with his mic turned down, conducted a slurring phone call. It said by the third quarter, Pierce's drunkenness had shifted from a chattering variety of near calisthenic. He produced a cigar from somewhere, chewed on it for a bit while staring into space, and then asked if he could light it inside. This kicked off a most lively portion of the live stream, which ended with Paul Pierce getting nailed in the face by a lighted thrown from someone off the camera, you all. So shout out to the man who actually threw the lighter at Paul Pierce and hit him in the face, the neck, or somewhere, man. Hey, that was pretty cool, man, because again, he was asking for a light in a place that he actually been asking for a life for, man. So, you know, one of the homies or somebody that was on the side kind of actually threw it to him, kind of indicating that he messing up. That's where you light a fire. You know, I wish he had asked for a margarita again for about the 10th time. Someone had actually thrown a margarita in his face also, you all. That would have kind of set it off for Showtime, you know. They said, I have to say, after watching almost this entire live stream, Kevin Garnett is a saint. It was painful, obviously, to watch Pierce driving himself crazy throughout the evening, but he powered through trying to offer what analysts he could on the game and repeatedly attempted to redirect Pierce's attention onto the TV in the front of him. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but he has also delivered the night's best moment of comedic timing, you all. So again, they said they didn't know if he was actually doing it on purpose or if he didn't know the thing was actually on, you all. Man, whatever it was, man, it was damn foolish and embarrassing, you all. Again, man, a great opportunity again for you all, for them to actually, you know, had gotten further into this particular career. And I'm sure that Kevin Garnett is going to do great, you all. I'm pretty sure he may come on and have a little podcast show. He going to get 1,000 interviews about this particular incident, you all. But then again, man, this was one of the funniest things I had seen in a long time, man. But quite embarrassing, quite bad to actually see someone of power magnitude acting this way, man. Hey, look, I want y'all to all meet me at all right, everybody. After the game, I want y'all to all meet me at Hey, look, I want y'all to all meet me at I'm going to the Encore dice table, or I'm gonna go to the MGM, or I'm gonna go to the Bellagio. So where y'all want me to go? All the votes, put them in right now.
Obviously, let's go. MGM. Bellagio is talking about, oh, we going to the Bellagio, it looks like. Or we might go to the Orient. Hey, where we going?
Now, mind you, you all, he on live stream. You know, he's actually got the mic. They actually got everything they need to actually stream him, and he just take it off on the live stream of his own. You all, again, hold on, I got plenty of this for you all, man. Man, it got worse and worse as it went on. But like I said, man, it's.
Hey, how you doing? Camille, nice to meet you. Formula One everywhere, ain't it? Formula One everywhere. This is my girlfriend for the day. They got a website that you can hire girlfriends for the day. Oh, man. And so I got a girl for the day. Oh, man. You can hire girlfriends for the day. Man. I went on the website and I hired a girlfriend for the day. Look, Collins. There go Collins. Look at D-Wade at the game.
I mean, you know, like I say, man, he just went on and on, man. There's so many, man, y'all need to look, man, and see the full clip.
So check it out. I threw it on tonight with a live stream. Yeah, get a close up. You feel me? I didn't put my shit on for the one night. You know what I'm saying? We all Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Chicken, take your stuff out the safe, baby. I know you got some life. Chill. I'm saying, though,
You feel me? I'm trying to say, you understand, man. You feel me, man? Hey, man. We all got them friends like that, man. But, you know, again, it's a time and a place for everything, man. And that was absolutely not the place, you all. Again, man, I do have a link below for people that may want to see it. I'm pretty sure it's all over, man. Stephen A. them doing it, everybody them doing this stuff. You know, everybody that's mostly in the sports world, you all. You know, again, man, this was you know, something not well thought out. You know, again for KG, man, if you watching this, man, you have to let people know, man. You had to let Paul know in advance. Make sure that he actually understood the mission. You know, this is one thing that all youngsters need to do, man, before they actually jump on live. You know, because when you make these certain mistakes, you know, you can't just get on here and erase them. You know, it's hard to actually get on here and try to do some editing, especially when you live streaming. There's no way it's just coming out raw and uncut, you know, as authentic as it can possibly be, you all. So again, man, you know, before you and your friends, you know, it's a perfect example with Ja Morant and his friends. You know, this is something that you all should talk about. You know, make sure that, you know, because these particular videos will be on here forever, you know. And for young players, you don't want to get caught in no situation like this. You don't want to go on live portraying yourself as a damn fool. I said it. You don't want to go on live portraying yourself as a damn fool, you know, especially if you have some of the opportunities that these men actually have, you all. You know, you want to come on with good content and, you know, positive messages and things that you can actually talk about, you know, and generate from and grow from. You know, one of my things that the great minister actually said, you know, never laugh at these men, that we should actually learn from their mistakes instead of laughing at them, you all. But again, this was one that, you know, required a little sense of humor, you all. But again, I'm more than sure that these men will actually get past this, you all, because again, they are great friends, you know. And I'm pretty sure Paul gonna look back at this and say, man, I done it again. I done left up again, man. Yep, you done actually left up again, man. So I don't know how long it's gonna actually be before we actually see Paul Pierce on one of these sports shows or something like that, man. I know when he first came on to the ESPN scene, he was actually doing some solid programs, doing a solid job at his particular field, you all, because again, he is one of the greatest basketball players to play the game, past tense. And man, there's a lot of people that look up to him, a lot of lives that he has actually changed. And I'm pretty sure that he will actually change more lives, you all. Maybe this can be encouraging for, him to kind of be more aware of his surroundings. And this is one of the things that all players must do, kind of be aware of your surroundings, you all. Again, I didn't want to hold everybody too long, but it would have took all night to kind of come in here and kind of actually edit this conversation. So I hope everyone can actually get the message, and I see you all again soon. God for Christ gang. Peace. We out. Blessings. Have a good day.